So once again, we are out here on Askiy Ridge early access. Alright, so this video was supposed to come out yesterday, but Great One Muley reveals and all that kind of stuff kind of derailed that entire plan. So in this video, we'll be exploring the southwest corner of the map that we hadn't yet explored at this point, but I just wanted to go ahead and clarify that obviously early access is now over, the map is out, but this was a fun hunt, and I still wanted to go ahead and publish the video. And looking like today, we're going to be starting off with some wood bison, and since we'll be down here in the south, I suspect we'll get plenty of chances at these, but level 3 over there, I grabbed the 300 canning magnum for this particular hunt, so we have a little less punch than with the 375, but I think especially with 2 shots, we should get into something. He's still not going down. We had to hit an organ, now he's starting to drop. Let's just go and see what that did. These guys are tough, and again, the new biggest animal in the Hunter Call of the Wild, as far as max weight goes, by 100 kilo over water buffalo. Now even with 2 shots, we're still looking at a low bleed rate, so we had to have missed the vitals. I can't imagine that was lungs. Flash the first time a little too far forward, and then way too far back the second time, so that adds up. These things though, like, they're models. Especially the face and stuff. I am just so darn impressed. So that's a 128 bronze. They, by the way, I think they start drinking at 8, so we may start to see some of them. I guess we'll swing by this lake just in case. We do have a black bear going across there. Maybe we can go ahead and try to get him. We're out here getting revenge for beavers and our tents and all that kind of stuff, but the jump scares from the black bear warning calls, we've heard them a couple of times throughout these videos. We might need revenge on them too. But let's grab that guy. Unfortunately, no snow falling down on his back. That's a little bit better as far as the shot goes. And we have a lookout just down the road here. Now we do have another max estimate bison track. The only other one of these we've shot was a level 4 that made diamond. These ones have also spooked, so we already know. Gotta be careful shooting wise. There's a 2. And much like Cape Buffalo, Euro Bison, Plains Bison, they are slow enough. We can kind of just run along and keep up. So, fur-wise, it is the light brown variant. I actually don't know what the one that we shot was. There he is. Up to 149, so a lower estimate on that. That'll work just fine. That's going down more like it. Got another one run off there, level 2. I think there's more up through here. Yeah, there's a 3. And a level 1 female, but as for this guy, I guess just sort of by default, the second biggest wood bison we've shot, he is a 146 gold. Diamond's 158. I think he's like 100 kilo lower than level 4 that we shot as well. I believe it was 1215 or somewhere in there, but left lung at 76 meters, he just happened to stop there. This should be really cool, like opportunities at these, Pronghorn, there's some bighorn tracks back there. There is kind of like some mountainy area around here. So we should have quite a lot of variety in terms of opportunities. By the way, just quickly, we are headed up to a place known as Fiddler's Boat. Now, I can only imagine what the view is going to be like looking at it from here. I want you guys to see it for yourselves for the first time, so I'm not going to show anything from it. But, oh man, the snow's coming down too. This map has so many cool things, and I really wanted to highlight them throughout this early access. And I've been trying to do that at least once per video. Some kind of cool thing like that, that's something that I really think everybody should experience. And like I said, I think you should experience it firsthand, so I'm not going to show it. Man, I cannot believe this. We're up here, and there's a herd of wood bison like 400 meters away, just walking along. So I really don't want to show the view, because I feel like getting to see everything is important. But also, this is literally my dream encounter from this. Look how many of them there are. There's a 4. From the moment they showed this off in the trailer, I wanted to shoot something from this spot. So we're definitely going to make it happen. I want to get him, but we need him to walk out into the open. So I think that's him, or if not, it's at least a level 4. Gonna shoot out in front of him to make him stop. That'll work. Grab the 300. Oh boy, that angle's not so great. Might need to wait on something like that. I think that'll be okay. It was 350-ish meters, so he should start to drop any second. Oh boy, if we got him, did we? I felt like that was a good shot. Oh, that's gonna suck. It should bring him down, I think. How did we not get a vital on that? Well, not exactly the dream way I wanted that to go. I mean, that guy's nervous. That's like 400 now. Give it one more try. He's going aggressive. I don't know how he thinks he's ever going to get up here. He's going down. We got that one. Alright, I'll take one for 2. Spin around. You're not allowed to see anything. Now, you can get a sense of, like, what you're looking at from up there. But having looked at it, I'm glad that I made the decision to not try to show it. It's a really cool thing to just overlook so much of the map. But here lays our level 3, which we got at 431 meters right into the lung. I'm really not sure what was wrong with the first shot. Maybe he turned? That is sweet though. 431 meter bison lung shot from Fiddler's bow. I wouldn't have thought the first time we go up there, we actually get a chance at something. And by the way, the other one went down. It's probably a mile away. Luckily they run slow, but he'll be over here somewhere. Actually, not too bad. He was on his way back. So let's take a look here. We should have hit him 3 times. Oh, no, twice. Huh. I knew we aimed high. I guess it was 350 meters that time, but way too high, right in the vertebrae. Second shot, if anything, might have been a horn shot. I don't actually know how that hit. So we would have been a 138 gold. That would have been a much cooler one to get, but we did get one at a much longer distance by messing that up. So gonna go ahead and keep on scooting down through here. Well, we found some wolves, or more so, they found us. Somehow those are resting and aggressive. They're starting to work their way down here. And perhaps the best gun we could have brought, we have the Hansen 30-06. So we should be able to just kind of pop these as they come in. Spooked a bison as well. There's this one. I think the first one, by the way, was that brown fur that I really, really liked. The gray looks good too. Actually, I'm not even sure. Maybe that was the brown. The other ones, I hear them. There they are. They're working their way over. Level 6, a level 1 there. That might have been... Nah, we got that one as well. Just keep on, like, up here behind the rocks, dude. There's a level 3, and I feel like that might have been the last one. That's the gray fur, too. Like, I'm just... I find myself just grinning at so many things with this update, whether it's just the eyes on some of these models, generally like the improvements to the fur and stuff with everything that got remodeled. It is so nice to see. That's the brown fur, and like I said, it's like the white rings around the neck and stuff. They just captured it, I think, perfectly as far as like realistic gray wolves. So got one label there. Let's grab these. There's the gray fur once again. Got these two. That's going to be a 35 silver, and up here 30 scoring bronze. That's that level 1 female. By the way, something we haven't looked at. We have a couple of rare gray wolves in the trophy lodge from obviously prior to the model change. I do want to go and take a peek at those. That guy was a 37.4 gold. That's our best one. And we're working our way over almost to the eastern end of the map. And I didn't even realize there's that outpost we got to get yet. Well, as you might imagine, this wasn't exactly the plan here, but found some beavers. Oh, that one was dead before the second shot went off. Level 2, level 1. Look at the snow on them, too. Okay, well, that's twice that we've shot a dead beaver. Do they roll over like that if they're not dead? Let's find out. You can find out better if there's bullets in your gun. Well, we dropped all of them. I guess a good problem to have when we can't figure that out. In that case, we'll just grab that. Rip to whatever zones are around here. Okay, there is a different animation. That one didn't exactly go as planned, but I think that's the first time we've actually gotten them in the snow. It's pretty cool to see, like, the snow on their back, built up on the head, down the snout there. Look at the webbed feet, too. That's something we haven't taken a super close-up look at yet. Tail and everything. They've just done a really good job with everything here. So that one was 22.92. That's the only one we actually messed up. Got a reddish brown, 24.85. And again, we know the females are bigger, and the best one we shot was that level 3 male. That is the light brown. More snow, 21.65. We actually hit that before it was dead, but stomach lung, it definitely wasn't going anywhere. And finally, I guess we hit this one too. There's your dark brown at 24.28. Cool to see all the, like, variety and stuff in their furs. I don't know how we pulled off some of those shots, but we will take it. I did want to pass through here looking for beavers, but we're actually going to that outpost anyway. So finally we have Pronghorn again. Gonna go ahead and try to alert that one. We're kind of an awkward range, but that will work. And we know with the 30-30, we really want double lung. Maybe even hard. I don't know how. Feels like dropping it would have to be a hard shot, but we still have not seen like even a max system in 4. I'd love to see a level 5. We know the diamond requirement has gone up to 108, so the old max score, by the way, was like 104.6 or something. That's not even going to cut it for diamond now, so I'm really excited to see like what the diamonds will look like. If we can find a big 4 as we head north here, which like this whole area I think has Pronghorn, that would be really cool. Got the snow trail is the first time we've got like a really good look at one today as it goes through in the sun here. This guy, just a decent 3, gonna be an 81 score in gold. And again, like it's gotta be way bigger than that to even sniff diamond. Big cutters on that, and it was a heart shot. Their heart's kind of weird, like I feel like it's in a weird place compared to most animals, so not something we do super often. Well, go figure. Another wolf found us. Looks like he's by himself. In which case, we can just make a quick heart shot and bring him down. I was thinking, too, there's this big lake here that we haven't been to. It's Bighorn drink time. Kind of mountainous in this area. I think that could be a spot maybe we can encounter some. So we'll go and give that a look. That guy was a 36 score in gold. Doesn't sound like backup's too far away. See if we find any more of them as we go along. Well, stuffed drinks here. However, doesn't really look like any Bighorn drink here. So, not too worried about shooting a tiny bull moose. In that case, we'll keep on going. Getting that last lookout showed a few more outposts we gotta get, including one way back there where we already were, so we have some ground to cover. Oh, no way. I almost didn't even see that standing there. There's an albino whitetail doe. I was staring at this buck back here. That's a maybe diamond level 2. But, oh, if we could just wait and let it snow, this could be one of the coolest things. I'd love to see snow building up on the back of an albino deer. It is 10 a.m., so we got some time. They should be drinking for a bit. It's a decent buck there, too. Let's get to a spot where we can see her good, and then we're gonna lay here and wait. We've been quite fortunate. It snowed with a couple of trophies. Let's see if we can do that again. There we go, finally. A little bit of snow falling down. Hopefully it'll continue, and we can actually see it build up on the albino. And by the way, our potential diamond level 2 has moved forward as well, so not seeing anything just yet. We definitely need the snow a little harder, but it looks like it's getting like darker as far as the clouds go, so I think we'll have it. Man, just that little bit was all we got. It's 11:54. They're gonna leave, so here's my thought. Why don't we go ahead and get that better buck, see if maybe he makes diamond, and then I was hoping to sit here and watch the snow accumulate on their backs. Maybe we just try resetting the time and see if we can get some snow to happen that way. So let's get him. Thought he's maybe gonna float there, but we should be good. We can run around and grab that. 255 is diamond, so he's got a fair shot at it. Moment of truth on that, he's going to be... Oh, he is a diamond, 255.73. Not too bad, got him in the heart, 83 meters away. So we've got ourselves our first old species diamond on Askiy Ridge. A diamond whitetail, not quite in the snow the way I wanted it, but I mean, he was laying on the snow. Let's see if we can get his albino doe counterpart, actually, as the snow's coming down. There's another outpost we haven't gotten yet. We gotta make this happen pretty soon. So we've got the snow coming down. Now we're gonna head over here and maybe see if we can get it come down on the albino. That's the goal. Not exactly how we set it up, but see if we can at least get the visual of it. And you can see it already, like on the back of that buck. There she is, right there. Decent buck standing there too, but that one, as the snow is stopping, so we might make this quick. There is an albino whitetail. You can barely tell the difference. You can see it, especially like between the shoulder blades and stuff. But an albino whitetail with snow on her back, on her head and everything. Let's go ahead and go for that, because we do know the snow will melt, and we want to be able to see it up close. It's actually maybe melted off some of them already. I hope we can get a look at it. Now we can see it. Like, it's not on that one. It was on that level 1 buck, and she also fell in the water. I don't know if that makes a difference. It's gonna be really unfortunate if, after all that effort, I spent so much in-game money, like, resting over and over. Do we have any snow? We don't. Will it show up in the harvest screen? It does not. Well, at least we got to see it in person. Double lung at 100 meters, and albino and the diamond, whitetail, at the very same lake. That is pretty cool. I don't know if I have any of these tacks, and especially with the stag and doe multi-mount that's come out from mule deer, definitely, if we ever get buck and doe multi-mount for whitetail, having a 1 tax is not a bad idea. I wish we could have seen the snow, but as I said, at least we got to see her in the snow, and we have, what, 3 outposts yet to get, so got some ground to cover. Well, for the first time today, we have a dusky grouse out ahead of us. Kinda scooting along, and once we shoot, it will fly off. So we gotta make sure we hit it. I don't know how we did, because it was just getting more and more difficult, but somehow we landed that. We are headed from this outpost down, just because that was going to be a long run up here. Going to check this spot, and just because I don't feel like we've seen all the different plumage types. Is that a slate gray again, though? No, that's a molting. I don't think we've had one of these. That's a 136 gold, so I'm glad we shot this. I think I did get a molting that's our veg before, so better just save that. We know Eclipse Pintail aren't rare, so let's do that. On the off chance somehow that was special, now we have it. That was a crazy sound. It had to have been a black bear. There was the pronghorn that took off down here, but I just fast traveled to go to the last outpost we need, which was called the halfway house for some interesting reason. I just saw that. What were we looking at for pronghorn? Oh, that's what I wanted, max weight male. Okay. Well, the great news is he's spooked, but I gotta know what that looks like. Well, there's a pronghorn. Oh, that's him. 96 to 109. Is that the track that I had? Yeah, just wanted to make sure because I really haven't clicked on every track in there. I feel like there's way more mass with those horns, so that's about 120. Got that mule kick in there. There's a level 3 taken off. Another level 3. I think we must have gotten the best one. Boy, he's going down slow, so it was probably single lung. There is our first actually decent pronghorn. The texture on the horns and the coloration so much better. Huge hooks coming in. That is really cool. Nice big cutters too. So he's going to be 100 on the nose. Still 8 shy diamond. That looks really nice. I'm pretty sure that's just new horns entirely. I don't remember ever seeing cutters that curled inwards like that. I cannot wait to see what a diamond looks like. Single lung at 126. Brought him down slowly, but it got him. So we have 1 outpost to go and get, and then we can jump back to the lodge. And wouldn't you know it, 1 last pack of wolves coming up here. Looking like a bunch of pretty low-level ones, but pretty darn good gun to have once again. I don't know if we're going to get touched this time. All those just went down like simultaneously. There's a 3, and another 3. That takes care of that. That was really effective. So we had a gold 36.59. These two over here, this one was a level 4 female. And a level 5 male. And we had this one, that's our other gold, 36.58. Got this one, which I think these were both females. That was the 2 level 3s then. Wiped out the entire pack, maybe in record time. But then finally, this is a cool little outpost. We will claim this. And speaking of wolves, as we had that pack, the main thing I wanted to go back and look at today was some rares that we already had taxed in the trophy lodge. So back here, we have the bison multi-mount. Look at that albino. That is an albino 32.6 silver, so it's maybe like a level 3. The faces, I mean, it's just so much better. And it is crazy too to look at it like with the plains bison now, having hunted the wood bison, especially like probably the most we've done was today. Really, really cool. I'm trying to think of everything else that's been redone. I mean, for instance, speaking of albinos, there's a redone pronghorn. Pretty darn cool looking as well. It does have the old horn, so like that texture doesn't update. They're a lot more like just jet matte black compared to the new ones, which I really prefer the new ones. But then we have back here, down one of these hallways, it would be down this one, there is the other wolf display that I wanted to take a look at. So in here, we have a red-brown that was a diamond back before they were actually rare, to be clear. Pretty darn nice. We have the melanistic, and then we also have the egg white. It almost has a leucistic look to it. Like it resembles a common gray wolf in some ways, but almost like lacking pigment. And the redos, the new species, everything with this update is just so cool. Every time we go through and look at something else, realizing there's more to it, more stuff we haven't seen. Super exciting stuff, and I am looking forward to a whole lot more out there on Askiy Ridge. But on that note, that is going to do it for this video. So as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.